Hola, Internet. This is Chris, the Jump Cut Reviewer, coming at you again with another review of the SH Figuarts Iron Man figures from Bandai Tamashii Nations. Today we're going to do the Mark V, continuing my series here about the Hall of Armor. This is the next one we're going to review. Now this armor is very unique. You only saw it once in Iron Man 2, and it's more of a light armor. I mean, they basically call it, it's called the suitcase armor because he was a suitcase before he became an Iron Man, I guess. The figure is very nice, very well done by Tamashii Nations. Let's get into the articulation. Let's start off with the head. Pretty much your standard Bandai SH Figuarts articulation. The head is on a dumbbell peg. Get some nice range of movement there. There isn't any... this armor is very thin and not very bulky, so you get a lot of really good movement out of this guy. Shoulder pads are attached to the shoulders. Get a nice range. You do have this little piece right here on the chest. Will hamper your movement a little bit, so watch out for that. The arms don't fully extend straight. I mean, is that a big deal? I don't know. When do you ever have your arm just straight all the time? So, arc reactor looks really nice. So, Iron Man 2 is kind of... a lot of people don't like that movie, and I'm not sure why. I loved Iron Man 2. I think it took a lot... it drew a lot more from the comics, so that's probably why I liked it. But it gets a bad rap for some reason. Pull up, you get a little extra ab crunch there. It doesn't go back very much. Twists at the top about that much. Ooh, there you go. So you get a pretty good swivel at the top. The waist doesn't swivel, it swivels at the top. And you got your standard drop down hip joints with the articulated waist swivel right there. Well, this armor doesn't have an indentation here to allow for the knee to bend in anymore, but it doesn't really need it, I guess, because it's so thin. And then you get a nice ankle tilt in, barely anything to the side, and then up, down, toe pivot with your die cast foot, a little flap on the back. So, pretty good figure, very nice. Paint apps are great. My copy here is, I don't see any flaws really with any of the paint. And, oh, there we go. He comes with his Hall of Armor accessory. And speaking of accessories, he gets the standard boot jet effect, which I don't even know, honestly, if this armor has flight capability, because we never saw it fly. And to me, it seemed like it was more of just an emergency thing, so I don't really think this armor flies, but you get the effects to plug in the feet. You get the various hands. You get the fists, you get the at-rest hands, and then you get the judo chop hands, pretty standard, and then you get the repulsor effect hands with the large effect for the firing, and then the stabilization effects. Like I said, I don't know if this armor flew or not. So, but again, you have to reuse the wrist guards, which I don't know. Not a big fan of that. Wish that they would just each come with a wrist guard on each set of hand. I don't think that would be too much more expensive to just mold it in. But that's what they chose to do. So, Shrek. And another accessory you get is the suitcase, the alt mode, for lack of a better term, for this armor. It's one of my favorite scenes from the movie because if you're a fan of the comics, like I am, Iron Man used to carry his armor in his briefcase. So this was an homage in the film to that. So I really dug that. So I thought that was cool. Here's the box. Angle this up so you can see it. Again, check out some of my other reviews if you want to see the whole Hall of Armor thing. It's just a box that lights up, so I'm not going to really get too involved in it right here. You can see, again, huge box for this size. I don't know, tiny. It's a huge box for a 6-inch figure. I mean, I know it has to come with the Hall of Armor and everything, but you think they could have just put the figure in the hall, saved you some storage space. I don't know, I always keep my boxes, so maybe not everybody does. But it's very thin armor, so if you look here, good camera, there's Tony. For comparison, so he's a little taller in the armor, but it's pretty thin. I mean, it barely would cover him, so I guess it works. Don't shoot me. Okay. There's your jump cut. Just having issues with my focus. Bring in some comparisons here. Good old side swipe. Gives you an idea of how big this guy is. So yeah. Great figure. I mean, for an armor you only saw for, I don't know, what, 10 minutes? But pretty important as far as the first 7. The first 7 armors are in that Hall of Armor are pretty significant to me and to a lot of Iron Man fans. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a quick one, short one. I only had one armor to review. I'm going to be doing the Mark 7 next, so check that out, and that'll kind of round out the Hall of Armor for now, until we get the Mark 1, which don't know when that's coming out. And then I've got a few of the other movie armors for you guys. The Mark 46, you can check out my review of the Mark 50, going to be doing the 47, going to be doing the 43, the 45, the 42. Probably do the 42 with Tony because they kind of go together. So those reviews are coming forthwith. Alright, take care. Thanks for watching.